Unless you're a nudist, and no judgment here, you probably wear clothes every day. And it's better for everyone if they're clean when you do. But even though we all do laundry, it's not something we talk about very much. You probably have no idea, for example, how Jill down the street does her laundry. We don't talk about it because, frankly, it's pretty boring and we don't like doing laundry. And yet here I am, devoting a whole podcast episode to the topic of laundry. This is the How She Moms podcast, where we talk about how different moms solve the same problems. I'm Whitney Archibald, a mom of 5 kids myself. I collect ideas so you can pick and choose what works for you and your family. Today on the podcast, we're going to talk about laundry. Until I started talking to moms, I had no idea how many different variations there were on laundry, and even several controversies about how to do laundry. I really hate doing laundry, and with 7 members of our family, there is a lot of laundry to be done in my house. So as soon as I started my blog, laundry was one of the first topics that I wanted to cover, just to figure out how to streamline the process and make it as good as it can be. So hold on to your laundry baskets and let's get started. The first place I always start when I'm talking about a different household system or a different aspect of motherhood is to talk about the strategy behind it. And I know it may sound crazy to formally create a laundry strategy, but in reality, you probably already have one. There are a surprising number of different ways to approach laundry. For example, my friend Adrienne is amazing at laundry. Her main objective is to keep her clothes looking new. Really, like years later, they look as new as the day that she brought them home. She keeps her clothes looking great, it saves money, and it allows her girls to pass their clothes down to each other. And actually, she passes her clothes down to me as well, and I greatly appreciate her laundry skills. But it takes time and expertise to keep your laundry looking like that. On the other hand, Molly's main objectives for laundry are to save time and to teach her children to do their own laundry, starting at age 8. Her system is very efficient, but at least at first, it can result in a little bit more shrinkage and pinkage than Adrienne's method. So after talking to several moms, I came up with a basic list of 4 typical laundry objectives. One is like Adrienne's, to prolong the life and quality of your clothing, to keep them stain-free and looking good. Another one is getting your laundry done as quickly as possible. Other moms like to get all the laundry done at once and have everything clean at once as a result. Another objective, as we just talked about, is to teach children how to do their own laundry. There are many other things you could add to this list, but yours will be unique and different, and you can use a combination of any of these objectives or just think of your own. Like, basically, why do you do laundry? And if you start with this, it will help you to figure out what kind of methods you want to use to do your laundry. And honestly, having some objectives can help take some of the drudgery out of laundry. Maybe your objective is to show your family you love them by doing their laundry. Then you're not doing laundry, you're demonstrating your love. Okay, you're still doing laundry. So on to the first controversy about laundry. I know you've been waiting on the edge of your seats. There are 2 main camps when it comes to how frequently you do laundry. Basically, you're a load-a-day person or you're a laundry day person. And it seems to be a pretty even split, often dependent on how many people you have in your family and how much laundry you have to do. Those who do a load-a-day can't imagine the enormity of tackling all the laundry in one fell swoop. I actually fall into this camp. My sister-in-law, Ashley, told me that when she does a load-a-day, she finds the task to be less daunting and she actually gets the clothes put away the same day. She says, the days I let the laundry go until it builds into a heap is when I feel overwhelmed and stagger putting it all away. I definitely feel her there. My neighbor down the street is a convert to load-a-day. She used to wash every 3 to 4 days, but then it just seemed like it took forever, so she went over to the load-a-day camp. And she has 2 daughters. Ashley has 4 children. On the other side of the aisle, we have the laundry day people who just really like having all their clothes clean in one day. One of my favorite moms, Dana White, who blogs at aslobcomesclean.com. She's brilliant and has changed the way I look at cleaning. Anyway, she is a laundry day kind of person. She says, since I do all of our laundry in one day, it's no longer a task that never feels finished. It does get finished, and it stays finished until the next Monday. I can't even express how happy this makes me. In a strange way, it actually makes me like laundry day. So there's a lot to be said about that approach as well. How nice would that be to have all your laundry done in one day? So now that we know kind of the two ways to do it, I'm going to share with you some case studies of moms and how they do their laundry. And I will start with some of the load a day people. So my sister-in-law, Meg, is a load a day person. She keeps laundry baskets in all the kids' rooms, and she labels them, which seems so obvious, but I was not doing that. Now I do, now that I found out that she does that. It's so nice to just make sure the baskets get back to the place they belong. So she has a color coding system of where the laundry hampers go. She also keeps one in the kids' bathroom, which is genius because how many dirty clothes end up in the kids' bathroom? So the kids are responsible for taking their own dirty laundry to the laundry room and sorting it in the set of hampers that Meg stores in the laundry room. So she has laundry baskets that are dedicated to colors, darks, whites, and towels in her laundry room. So the kids sort the clothes. Meg goes into the laundry room every day and checks which hamper's the most full and washes that. So the kids are ultimately responsible for whether the clothes get washed or not, depending on whether they've brought the clothes down. Of course, Meg does the babies. And then she processes them, sorts them into piles, and the kids are supposed to bring them to their rooms and put them away. This is Meg's least favorite part. She said, one of my biggest challenges is putting away clean piles before they get scattered like fall leaves in my family room. Meg is always so poetic, even about laundry. My friend Molly and I basically have the same laundry system, so I'll kind of talk about both of ours at once with the slight variations. She has 6 children and I have 5, so that might be why our systems are similar. But both of us, our main goal is to teach our children to do laundry, partly because we don't want to do it ourselves, but also because it teaches them good life skills. So each of our children have their own hamper in their bedroom. Whether they share or not, they have individual hampers. And they fill those up. And once they're full, it's time for them to do their laundry. We help them to varying degrees depending on how old they are. But, by the time they're 10 or so, they can pretty much do it on their own. Molly and I both have our kids do their laundry on an as-needed basis. Although I keep having the goal to have a specific laundry day for each child. It just hasn't happened yet. It would just be so nice and neat. 7 people in our family and 7 days of the week. We'll see if that ever happens. You may have noticed that since the kids have just one hamper for all their clothes and they're doing basically one load, they're not sorting their clothes. And this is definitely where you sacrifice in quality. For me, it's totally worth it. Plus, the kids kind of gravitate toward a certain color scheme anyway, so they're not mixing a ton of colors. We haven't had any major laundry incidents because of this, and the convenience to me is worth the decrease in quality. So the kids wash their laundry. In our family, I tell them that if they get their laundry in before school, I will process it through the day for them and then put the clean laundry back in their basket and on their beds. They don't always take me up on this, and then they have to process it after school. The beauty of this system is the lack of sorting you may have noticed. So they don't sort them in the first place by colors. Then after the laundry's done, you don't have to sort it into piles of whose the laundry is. It's just beautiful not to ever have to sort laundry. If you're already cringing because we don't sort the colors, this will make you cringe even more because neither Molly or I make our kids fold their laundry when they put it into their drawers. We have them sort it into what drawers they go into, but we figured they're going to get messed up anyway. They might as well just toss it all in there. So the clothes are just in there. We make the exception of church clothes or things that you want to keep nice. But for the most part, my kids' clothes are just tossed in their drawers, unfolded. They may be a little wrinkly, but their clothes are clean. Usually, anyway. Julie's system of doing a load a day actually blew my mind. I would never have thought of this, but she loves having all of her laundry done every day. Now, this actually is possible. So what she does is she grabs a hamper, goes around to all the other hampers in the house and dumps them into the main hamper. And then she processes that load. Sometimes it's 2 loads for the day. She does it first thing in the morning. She sets a timer so she knows when it's going to be done. She goes and switches it. She takes it out. She folds it, puts it on her kids' beds right away. They just know to put their clothes away when they come home from school. And voila, all the laundry in the house is done every day. It's just mind-boggling, but it works for her and it sounds fabulous. Now let's move on to the laundry day kind of people. Dana, who I spoke about earlier, Dana White, she starts her laundry Sunday night. She sorts it all Sunday night, and then she starts the first load before she goes to bed. This gives her a little jump start on the morning so that when she goes down, she can start the washer and the dryer at the same time Monday morning. And so she can process all the rest of the loads. As soon as she takes a load out of the dryer, she takes it upstairs and dumps it on her bed. Actually, I don't know if she goes upstairs. I don't know how her house is, but she takes it from the laundry room and piles it on her bed. So she ends up with this big heap of clothes on her bed, which she then saves for the evening when she can sort it and watch Netflix or whatever it is she watches. My friend Stacy has a genius system that actually even includes color-coded hangers. So she has her kids all bring their clothes down to the laundry room on Monday morning before they go to school. Then she sits and sorts them after they go to school and processes them throughout the day. As soon as they come out of the dryer, she hangs them right up, and she has different colored hangers for each kid. So I guess they bring the hangers down when they bring their dirty laundry down. So she has just some hanging rods in her laundry room. She takes it out, puts it on the right hanger and in the right section. And the kids, when they come home from school, they just gather up all their color hangers with all their clothes on it, and then they go hang them right up in their closets. I just think that is so efficient and brilliant. Lisa, another friend of mine, does all her laundry in one day as well, but she manages to keep it down to 3 or 4 loads a week for the entire family. She has 4 girls in her family, and her trick is prevention. So she just really teaches her daughters to keep their clothes clean and to spot clean any problem areas. And when they were little, she would have them take off their clothes to change into their pajamas and just set them on top of their dresser. Then Lisa would come in and inspect the clothes and decide whether they should be put back away or whether they need to go into the hamper. This is a great training early on so that they know they don't have to wash their clothes every day and get heaping piles of laundry. It may also help that she has all girls. Laura washes all of her regular clothes on Mondays and then linens just as needed. And then she does her school uniforms on Saturdays, which I think is brilliant because then they start the week off with all their uniforms clean. She has her kids right when they take off their uniforms. They put them right in the hamper that is in the laundry room. And so she has them all together. They're all about the same color. She does that laundry and voila, they're ready for the week. You may not fit into either of these categories. You may be one of the families that just does their laundry when it's necessary, sometimes all in one day, sometimes just whatever load needs to be done. I like to quote from Aubrey. She told me that her oldest 2, 14 and 11, have been doing their own laundry for about 3 years. And they do it on an as-needed basis, which means that when they run out of clothes and they're standing in the laundry room in their underwear doing their laundry. As far as actually washing and drying clothes, there's not a lot of variation these days with our nice modern machines. There's some controversy over whether to do a cold cycle or a hot cycle, depending on the kind of clothes. Some people just wash all their clothes in cold water so they don't set stains, and they say that it doesn't damage their clothes as much. So there's that. One thing that revolutionized the way I do laundry is learning that some people keep a toothbrush on their washing machine or near their washing machine so that they can scrub little stains with it. That has been a game changer. I'm no longer like scraping with my fingernail. I love my laundry toothbrush now. My sister Cassie gave me the tip that if you run out of dryer sheets, you can put a wadded up ball of tin foil in the dryer with your clothes, and that will get rid of some of the static. I have to admit, I rarely even use dryer sheets, so I haven't tried this trick either, but it sounds like a fun thing to try. Sarah, who blogs at An Inviting Home, has another great tip for sorting laundry. She sorts them right out of the dryer, and she just lines up baskets. She has 7 people in her family as well. She lines up all their baskets by the dryer and just pulls them out and sorts them right as she takes them out of the dryer. So then at the end of the day, her kids just take their hamper, bring it up to their room, and put it away. So that's another great efficient way to do it. Jennifer has piled all her laundry in her living room, and then she just has her kids swarm the pile and grab everything that is theirs, which is also awesome. This is partly possible because of a genius thing her mother did when she was visiting once. She just said, "This is ridiculous," and she threw away everyone's socks and underwear. And she went to the store and bought everybody their own color. So each kid has their own color of underwear and their own color of socks. And they can just see at a glance where their stuff is, and they grab it and they have to bring it right up to the room and put it away. I love that idea. Which brings us to socks. I kind of did the same thing there, where I just, even worse than sorting laundry for me is sorting socks. So I just threw away all my kids' socks, and I got them each their own brand or color, so they have easily identifiable socks. The kind of socks that I bought mattered because I didn't want any that had to be sorted into pairs. I wanted every sock to be identical, so no like stripes on the top or anything like that. So the kids just know what socks are theirs. And then I made sock dispensers in our mudroom, which are just PVC pipes in the corner of each of their cubbies with a bend on the end. And so they stick their socks in the top, and then they pull them out individually at the bottom. There's no balling up or pairing socks. They just, take one right after the other and put them on right by the door. And then there's ironing, which is a whole other level. We all have stories about our grandmothers who ironed their sheets and all those little tidy things. I was never so happy as the day that my husband and I decided to send all of his dress shirts to the cleaners. We outsourced that, and I'm very happy to not have an ironing pile anymore, except for just a few things here and there that I iron on an as-needed basis. So no ironing pile here. But there are some people who actually like to iron. It's therapeutic for them. They like seeing the wrinkles go away and a nice, beautiful product. And I think that's just great. So as you can tell by the variety of just the ideas that I've shared, I've barely even scratched the surface of how people do laundry. Just like anything else in motherhood, there's an endless variety of ways that you can do things. But I hope this episode has given you a couple of fresh ideas that you can bring to your own laundry routine and maybe make this a more pleasant part of your mothering life. If you'd like more details about any of the moms that I talked about today, I've written profiles about their different laundry routines on my blog at howshemoms.com. The easiest way to get there is to click on the menu, click on the home, and then you'll see a link to How She Does Laundry, and they're all collected there, including a fun little write-up about how my grandma did laundry back in the day. Thank you for listening to the How She Moms podcast. I'd love to find out how you mom. There are 4 main ways to add your voice to this How She Moms community. First, you can email me at whitney@howshemoms.com, or you can go to my contribute page at howshemoms.com and find out what topics I'm currently researching. There will be questionnaires that you can fill out there. You can also follow me on Instagram to see daily tips about how different moms approach the current topic. Finally, You can sign up to receive email questionnaires for each new topic, so you can contribute your ideas. Special thanks to my mom for playing my theme music. She's been playing this song since I was a little girl, and to me, it's part of the soundtrack of motherhood.